It's Tuesday, and we did oatmeal for breakfast, and I think some of the kids had eggs. My husband helped with breakfast this morning, which was nice. So now I'm working on lunch and dinner for the next few days. I'm making some stew, a big pot of stew with that roast and the vegetables from last night. We put all of the juices from the roast in this pan, and all the grease has solidified on the top, so I'm taking that off. And I'm going to use this as part of the base for the stew.
Draw a line around the triangle. That's the manageable, that's the manageable. That's the
Do your school, guys.
like a doll.
So everything in the soup pot so far is AIP and PALEO compliant. And it's 2 hours to lunchtime. So what I'm planning to do is, before I serve everybody else this soup, I am going to take out probably 3 portions for myself. I will take out some for me for lunch today, me for lunch tomorrow, and then some more for lunch maybe the 3rd day, I'm not sure yet. And then after that, after I take my portion out, I'm going to add the potatoes and the tomato for the rest of the family. It's been a learning curve for me, but I'm finding that a lot of the food that I already make is easy to make AIP for myself and regular for the family. I just have to take a portion out for myself before I put all of the ingredients in that I can't have. So this is something I'm learning to do. Soup is definitely one of the ultra affordable ways that our family, eats more affordably, because soup is very affordable.
I made a mess. I need a rag.
You made a mess? You need a rag right there. He made a mess. He needs a rag. But for dinner tonight, I'm going to show you guys how I stretch taco meat to make just a whole bunch of meals for the week. And I save a lot of money doing this too. So I've got a taco meat trick that you could actually use for things besides taco meat, and it's very affordable. So I have another roast I am searing right now, and I'm going to cook in my Instant Pot. And this is going to be for some tacos tonight. So this is just some cilantro and lemon juice. This is going to be the seasoning for this meat. Super simple, paleo, AIP friendly. The family's going to love it too. To make this soup more interesting today, I have got this cassava orzo, and I'm going to make some of this for myself to go in my soup, and then this one is going to be for the kids. Here is my soup. I've got probably 3 portions in here, and this will be for me for the week. also found some bean soup in the fridge that we hadn't used up yet. So I'm dishing everybody up now. There's a recipe for orzo fried rice on the side of this cassava box. So I am gonna cut that off and keep it because I have some orzo left over and I wanna make this. It looks really good. So I got this from Azure Standard. Something a lot of people don't realize about soup and stew, especially when it's thicker, is that you can serve it over pasta with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Of course, that's not for people that are AIP or PALEO, but for everybody else. So our family will be having this over pasta with Parmesan cheese and different cheeses, and they'll also have it over rice. You can take stews like this, they're really good over rice and pasta. And it's nice because soup and stew is so affordable, but if you have it over pasta or rice, which are also affordable, it kind of gives you a new dish instead of just having to have soup or stew all the time, or like soup or stew for days on end. And then it also makes the dish more interesting again. It gives it, kind of a different face, I guess you could say, for lack of a better word. Okay, so I'm going to be using this 3 pounds of ground turkey, and I'm going to be using this 3 pounds of ground beef, and this is 85% lean ground beef. So the trick is to mix your hamburger and your turkey. This will help you stretch your hamburger. It will still have that nice taco hamburger flavor everybody loves, but the turkey's a lot cheaper and it will help you stretch the hamburger. And another thing that I like to add to stretch everything is I like to taco season carrots and taco season squash. And of course, I will be doing these onions, and all of this will help be filler that will help beef up. They'll help up the nutrition in the ground beef and the taco meat, but they'll also help it stretch. So I'm sauteing these carrots first because that's going to bring out some of the sweetness in them. A lot of taco seasonings have sugar added to them. I don't want to do that. But these carrots will help add a little bit of sweetness since when they're cooked, they become sweeter. I have some garlic in there too. And I'm roasting these first, then I'm going to put the squash in and the onions, and then I'll put the hamburger in. So here's one of the tricks. When it's cooking, what you want to do is before the carrots are completely done cooking, before the squash is completely done, you want to add the beef and the turkey and mix it thoroughly. You want it completely mixed. That way the vegetables just kind of melt into the meat and you can't even really tell they're there. I do have one more trick though. This one is super tasty. So I like to season some water and make some super seasoned rice. Now this is not going to be for me, this is going to be for the family. I'll take my beef out before I add this, but this is another way to stretch your beef long ways, and if your family doesn't like the vegetables, this is definitely going to be your go-to. So the trick is just make sure the rice is super seasoned. I just added, this is 2 cups of water. I'll add a cup of rice once I boil this. I've got a clove of garlic. I'm actually probably going to add 2 cloves of garlic. You can add this to the meat once the meat's cooked separately and this is cooked separately. You don't want to cook them together at the same time. There are over 30 something tacos here, probably close to 40. So this taco meat is almost done, and I wanted to warn you guys not to overstir it. If you overstir anything with turkey, it will just kind of get way too fine and just kind of disintegrate almost. So you don't want to overstir it. Another thing too though, with your turkey is if you do season it pretty well before you start to cook it, that helps it hold together a little bit better as well. But just make sure you season the meat, mix it, all the seasonings in with it before you start to cook it. If you're using the turkey, just don't over stir it.
Get that piece off. Okay.
This is a little trick our family has discovered. We take the sour cream and we put a whole bunch of it into a baggie, and then so he's gonna snip the corner here, and it's gonna make it so that the small children can get their own sour cream without getting too much. You guys are doing a good job setting the table. Nice. I think we're gonna need a little bit more cheese. Peppers are not AIP friendly. I think they're paleo friendly, but not AIP. But I found these. They're both raw. Apparently, the fermentation process is supposed to get rid of some of the constituents in the peppers that people with autoimmune diseases aren't supposed to eat. I don't know how well these are gonna work for me, but I'm gonna give it a try, even though I probably shouldn't. But hey, like I said, I am paleo, not 100% AIP yet, so we're gonna try it. You did a good job. It looks great. We're a big family, so we have a big table, and we have 2 taco stations at our table. And the reason for that is because if we had to pass things around as big of a family as we are, we would never get to eat. We would actually just be passing things around all evening long, and nobody would actually get to eat their taco. So this is why we do 2 taco stations.
Okay.
So we have both meat, and then I have some roast here, some shredded roast, and then this. We won't eat all of this meat tonight. We're probably just gonna eat this one right here and part of this one. We'll probably have a full dish of meat left, but I planned that out on purpose because I want to use one of them for a casserole in a couple days. I just have both of them on the table right now so that we don't have to pass it around. We finally have some light. You guys, it's been 6 months since the light shined in here and lit this space up the way it is right now. I am not sure what I'm going to have for my shells tonight. There are cassava flour taco shells, but I forgot to get some for myself, so I am not sure what I'm going to have. It's going to be really hard for me tonight to not have actual taco shells. Tacos are one of my favorite foods, so I am watching everybody eat these tacos tonight, and I'm like,
We're not eating
whining. But I do have some cassava flour tortillas. They're not the taco shells, they're not crispy, so I'll probably either eat those.
I colored it wrong.
So I ran out of milk and I need to go get some more milk. I've got milk powder on hand for recipes. I always keep it on hand. An egg. You'll need a paper towel first and then a wash.
We have to black out eggs and put them in the waffle.
That big box doesn't fit in our refrigerator, so we came up with a solution to put all of our eggs in a basket.
I like what's in there? He's a sugar. Yes, he is. No, he isn't.
Okay. You can eat this whole one.
Can I eat this whole one? Cereal. I want to get my own cereal.
You get the date syrup.
I want to do it.
You don't. No, you cannot pour your own syrup. I'm sorry. So right now I'm bouncing back and forth between lessons and cooking day. So I'm making bread today. I'm going to be making some soup. I'm going to do something with the fish stock, and so it's going to be a super busy kitchen day. And I have to pause here to make a snack for the little guy.
Sugar. Don't put it in the water. Let's keep my shoes on.
Next up is the fish broth. And I opened up the package and was so pleased to see it's all salmon. So this is going to be great for essential fatty acids. Change of plans for tonight. Instead of what I was going to make, I'm going to make what we had for lunch again because we have so much of that stew. So yeah, we're going to have stew again tonight and some of the fresh bread.
What kind of stew?
It's the same one we had at lunch.
I love that stew!
I have a really good Caesar salad dressing on my blog, and I basically used that, and I just left the egg and the Parmesan cheese out.
Is it the one with the red dot?
Yep.